Hello and welcome to Brett Dupree's Awesome Health Journey. I am Brett Dupree, and this one's going to be kind of based on yesterday, which I talked about that inner what's it called? Uh, rebel of mine. How freedom is one of my greatest values, and since it's one of my greatest values, it's something that actually sometimes hurting me because when I feel constrained, I just kind of want to break out. And one area I'm realizing I need to do this a lot is budgeting. When I budget, there's part of me that feels constricted by the budget, and I have to make all these rules, and I just want to break out, and I end up making some just I don't want to say dumb purchases, but purchases that don't serve my. I guess they don't hit my term of maximum enjoyment, which I haven't talked about. And I realized that I really need to go into the process of really taking it to the next level when it comes to my budgeting and living on a budget, and really go into my body and go through the process I did for eating of like every time I make a purchase, ask myself how it felt. In fact, every time I get a package from Amazon, I should really ask myself, do I really need this? Was this a good purchase, or not a good purchase, but is this a purchase I actually need or one I could have waited? How do I feel about this? And think about that, and so that I start making better decisions, because I use youneedabudget.com, and it's a good system, but I'm not really utilizing it. I mean, the last 6 months I've actually been working on budgeting. The first couple months was using it every couple of days to at least once a week, and then since I think May, at least the last 3 months, I've been using it on a daily basis. Now I really need to start putting the policies into effect. I really want to start next paycheck of so what they preach is you should have $1,000 of, and that should be your number one priority, is having like $1,000 of buffer money, and like no matter what. And so that's my next thing to build. I need to build that $1,000 just in case something happens again, like with my car, and that's $938, and also that's more on credit. Then after that, put a bigger emphasis on getting all my periods 1 month ahead, so that I have extra buffer just in case something happens. Like it means solid $1,000 plus one paycheck bill period of money available, and then pay off debts. Because really, I'm not really in that much credit card debt. Even with that $900, it's probably cost me $45 a month in interest fees, which is more than I want to spend. Obviously, I want to spend $0 a month and just get free 1.5% cash back on all my purchases with credit cards. And so thinking about that, I mean, that'd be more fun and more exciting, right? So thinking about that is putting that emphasis, but it's hard because I want things and I want them now. So this like instant gratification thing, and not going into food as much as getting that instant gratification is not helping. So I need to continue my deep breathing, especially when it comes to purchasing. And every time I make a purchase, I need to start checking in with myself. Really emphasize checking in with myself, like I do for food. Like go through this same process. Check in with myself. Why am I making this purchase? Will this purchase serve me? Do I need it now? Do it later? I mean, can I always buy it later? To not telling myself that telling myself those same things, though it's always going to be there unless it's something like this, which is limited edition. But if it is limited edition, do I really, really want it? Like there's this Kickstarter for this really fun divination game, and it's like $165. Part of me wants it because it seems really fun to buy, but one thing I realized, even though it's gonna be $250, I have no idea how they're gonna sell it for that once it's out of Kickstarter. But I'm only gonna use it a couple of times, and then never use it again, right? Unless I go, make it my personality and go to events and work and play with people. But what I'm saying is, by play with people, I mean use that as my way to divine with people. But saying that, what I'm saying is basically that to really check in with myself on purchases, and then make it so I'm no longer using willpower when it comes to my spending. And because honestly speaking, willpower doesn't work and it just feels like crap. Feels bad trying to think, I shouldn't do this. I have to be an adult. Blah 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 blah. That's not fun. No one wants to do that. But the same thing with food. I mean, honestly, I don't think about that. I think, if I eat this way, I'll enjoy it more, right? If I do this, I'll feel better overall. So, spending money instead of rah, 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 I'll be like, if I don't spend this and I eat at home and save money, I get to have more money later, right? I would have more spending cash if I didn't go to Wendy's or buy too much on a couple of things that I really don't need, right? So it's about that. So I'm going to put a bigger emphasis on budgeting and living within my budget, because that $900 was not fun, and I would love to be in a situation where if I get a big chunk that I wasn't expecting, and I'd be like, oh man, that sucks, but at least I have that $1,000, right? I just have to build that back up again, and that would feel so much better. So, and I would enjoy it more. I would enjoy my life more. I'd feel more secure. And it's all about looking at the ways I would feel better rather than looking at the ways it makes me feel worse. And really emphasizing that, and also forgiving myself, because it's really easy. I think money and food are the hardest things to deal with in our capitalist society, because you need food to eat and food costs money, and we need money to spend and stuff, and it's just hard not to have all that baggage towards money. And I don't know if I don't know, even people I know who grew up well off have baggage over money, and I grew up poor, so I have tons of baggage over money that I've been working on for so long and still not solving. So yeah, I'm gonna put a bigger emphasis on budgeting. Hopefully when I make another update on budgeting, I'll be much happier than this one. So like and subscribe and all that jazz. Thank you for listening.